So just give like your name, say like I'm Ian, a little brief history. Maybe you can mention like UFC or whenever you're ready.
Hey guys, I'm gonna start you or the camera.
Whatever feels natural.
Hey guys, my name is Ian McCall, former mixed martial arts world champion, UFC fighter, formerly Uncle Creepy. Now I'm a scientific researcher in the field of psychedelics and a stand-up comedian.
And then maybe you can say, we can act like we're about to do the Sapo. You'd be like, today I'm going to take Sapo. Or you can say, earlier I took Sapo, and maybe explain some of it.
Okay.
Whatever you think.
Yeah.
How would you want to do it, you think? You want to say like you're about to do it, or like you
I'll
just
say
did
I've
it?
already done it.
Okay, yeah. And then you can kind of touch on like just some of the realizations and how it felt.
Okay.
Maybe just do like to describe how like the come up felt, and then the coming back, and then the climax.
Yeah. Yesterday we did a medicine called Sapo ceremony. It's 5-MeO-DMT. Something I'd never done before. Something I was afraid to do. And that medicine showed me nothing but pure love for myself once in my life. It showed me how to love myself. It showed me the amount of love that I never knew was even possible. It was this great white light of love that lifted everything off my chest and made me feel like a boy again. It made me feel like I move different now. I move much lighter, much happier. And it made me realize that, number one, intentions for me come down to one word. If you can focus your intention onto one word, mine was love. It becomes a lot more focused and a lot easier to compartmentalize it. Just focus on the simple, focus on the one thing. And number two, it made me realize that I've done so much work in this space, I have nothing to fear. Most of my demons have been pulled out of me. My fears have been completely pulled out of me. This week, there was no fear of anything, whether it was Niños Santos, ayahuasca, Sapo. There was no fear at all. It was just teaching me things like love and acceptance of that love, because if I don't love myself, I can't love anybody else. And I'm finally going to take that time to love myself. We'll just put it up. Shush! How dare you? It's all right.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You're having fun, man.
Maybe you can say like this whole week I've been doing all these different things, and the Sapo, or I mean whatever you think was the most beneficial, because it'd be cool to mention that you've been doing like ayahuasca.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, this week has been full of medicine. Niños Santos at 20 grams. Ayahuasca. We're going into our third sip tonight, and last night I got a big boy cup. Jose said, you get a big boy cup. And that worked. And with the Sapo, all these things taught me incredible lessons. To focus on the one word, and to deal with that word, to get that, dealt with, and then you can slide it. I can put it in the box, I can put it behind me. The Sapo was truly revolutionary in my thought process of how I approach myself. I love myself. My love does not kill. Those are words someone told me one day. And that's been stuck with me for a very long time. I've had a lot of people die. People die in front of me. Or almost die in front of me. And to know that none of that is my fault is a relief, because that was a burden I carried for quite some time. And to know that I am love, I am in love with myself in the healthiest of ways, no longer chasing fruitless things that are only going to take my love from me, giving it to other people, you know. And I don't want to say those people don't deserve my love, but I don't deserve to give my love away yet, because I'm not ready. And I think I know I still have a lot of work to do, but I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to go home and integrate all of this.
Maybe talk about how it felt.
The Sapo itself felt like I had like I said, a weight lifted off my chest, and my heart was so strong that it was lifting me off the ground like I was levitating. I felt like I was 100 feet in the air. Just a beam of energy shooting out of my chest. My chest was wide open, ripped open in the best fashion possible. And once I came back down to this body, this earth, I was free. Finally free.
What about the taste?
The taste of Sapo is hard at first. I can never hold down DMT, regular DMT, and then my coughing has ruined trips for other people, so I choose not to do it around others because it just never works out. And I think for once in my life also my throat chakra was clear. You know, I was able to clear things like my quartz, the energies, the bad eyes that were on me. As I was told, many bad eyes are on you, many bad energies, many bad words are on you. And then she looked at me and said, "See?" I said, "Yes, many people hate me. Many, many people hate me for the things I've done." And even this right here is an opportunity to change that, because I'm not that person. And it's a relief. I felt like such a monster my whole life. I was scared of myself and what I'm capable of, and what my hands have done, what they're capable of. But not anymore. No more fear.
Would you consider Sapo a spiritual experience?
Sapo is an extremely spiritual experience. I didn't get, the visions. Jared told me, "You want a vision? Go to the movies. It's not what it's about." This was something else. And spirituality, yes, I'm finally talking to Jesus again. And I'm not a Christian or a Catholic. I belong to no religion. I look at this as my God and my Savior of this planet. But to commune with these prophets and these important people over history is important for us. It's important for me in my journey, and it's important to my daughter. And that's what's most important to me. It's about the promise I made for us to go and find God together. Because I said, I don't know what I believe, sweetheart. I don't know what's real. But it doesn't mean I don't believe. And this was big for my journey. I have more than one cross tattoo. It means a lot to me. I'm covered in Romeo and Juliet tattoos. I have a thing for theatrical Catholicism. And it feels good to forgive that side of my life. You know, the Catholic Church, even though I grew up in it, was not good to my family. It was not good to me. And, you know, I finally forgave them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anything else to wrap it up?
Here at Arkana, at this facility, this hacienda, it's the oldest hacienda in the Mayan Yucatan. This is the most beautiful place I've ever been. 100% serious. This is the most transformational grounds, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and I'm amongst the most beautiful warriors I've ever met. I've never learned so much in such a short amount of time. I mean, this week for us was years of understanding, years of washing off the layers, peeling everything off, and years of education in the things that I subscribe to. Breathwork, meditation, Kundalini, the teachings of Kundalini, the teaching of the Shipibo people, the Mazatec people, the mushrooms, the Aya, toad. You know, I was told that you better be careful, that might be too much medicine, by a, you know, very smart man that I trust with my life. And in a setting like this, with people like these, and with the tools that I have inside of me, you know, I know I can handle any of it. And obviously, I'm not going to go back to the well for quite a while. But for someone like me, you know, I need to take 20 grams of mushrooms. I need to take big boy cups of ayahuasca. I need to take massive doses of Sapo. Because I've done so much work, again, in this space. I've wrung myself out at those lower levels of medicine to where, you know, I don't feel like I get it anymore. And that's just always been my method. That's the McCall method. It's going deep. You know, seeing if I come back. And now I know that I'll always come back. Because this is home. This is my family. The maestros are so important. Christina's now become like a mother to all of us. I wish I could even explain how magical these people are, how unassuming they are, and how beautiful it is to see the work they do. It's a true honor, and I just want to say thank you to everybody here, from the bottom of my heart. You are all so important. It's so important to me, and to each other, and to this world. I can't wait to see you all again. I love you guys.